This body cam captures a cooperative arrest, but hidden inside it are 3 serious legal issues worth examining closely.
Yeah, of course.
Lost permission for Publix.
Oh, it's Moscow.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's Moscow. Yeah, we used you before.
Yeah, we made it.
Alright, what's going on?
So I had an investigation. Basically, we have a customer service team leader who, over the course of 4 months, took just over $7,000 in cash.
Okay.
He was doing fraudulent refunds.
Okay.
And I got everything
In a folder?
We got USB stick.
So what's on this USB thing?
The video this is actually in the USB, so you can print out that and the video that corresponds.
Do you need this folder?
No, just.
So what's the video of?
The video are of the transactions of him doing the transactions.
So he's been fraudulent refunds, meaning like.
So he would go up to the register, act like he's doing a refund for someone, but no one was there.
Yeah.
And he would then go around and he'd pocket the cash.
He pocket the cash. Okay.
Yeah. So we interviewed him. So
where is he?
In that office over there.
He's in that office?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you gotta start from the beginning because I need to write down stuff. So what's your name? You have an ID with you? Just run me through from pretty much beginning to end. Like, how you got onto it. Just run me through everything.
Okay. Can you come here and just close the door real quick? I'm sorry. There's no search. Huh? Someone's in there with him right now. He ain't going anywhere. I just did associates not come in. You know how they're making things. So I'm not trying to be rude. It's just no. So basically, there was a report that was run that showed a suspicious amount of returns that were done in the store. After investigating it, we found that he was doing the fraudulent refunds, where he'd go to the register, he'd process a refund. He would either go and he'd put it in a little blue pouch, put the money in there, and then walk over in the hallway and conceal it, or he would walk around the store after getting change and then pocket it. All the video is in the USB stick that does show. Basically, it's step by step of what occurs. You can watch it and see everything. For each transaction is listed. Yeah. And the printout for this is in there. He admitted to it. He admitted to everything.
What's that?
14-4.
Is the original?
That's the original. Copy.
So all right, so you got a report back of suspicious activity that you guys were losing money.
Yes.
Okay, and then you guys investigated it. Using the footage, and you found that he was the one. He was the one. All right, so he would go to a register that no one was at, pretend to refund something, and then he would pocket the cash.
And there was a couple times where he actually, in between a transaction, because he was a manager, so in between the transaction, he would stop the transaction and do like a refund really quick, and then act like he's doing a cash pickup and take the cash out of the drawer and put it in the blue bag and then walk away. So he did it a couple different ways.
Okay. And then you're saying he would walk around the store and then either put it in a blue bag or pocket it.
He's a team leader. I apologize. Not a manager.
Team leader. Okay.
A team leader, customer service team leader.
Okay. And you guys obviously want to press charges.
Yes.
Okay.
He voluntarily admitted to what he did. He was honest. Came forth with it. And
can you just raise your right hand for me? You swear to affirm that everything you told me is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. Can you guys just walk me to him?
Managers lead officers to the next room, where Schneider is waiting to be interviewed by police.
What's your name?
Schneider.
Nice to meet you. I'm Officer Winkles. This is Officer Moscow, all right? So I do have something to read you, all right? I'm required to warn you before you make any statement that you have the following constitutional rights. You have the right to remain silent and not answer any questions. Any statement can and will be used against you in the court of law. All right. With that being said, do you want to speak with us? You want to let us know what happened today?
Yeah. He basically did the investigation and I told him the truth.
So just take us through beginning to end, really. So what's going on?
Honestly, I just felt under pressure.
You felt pressure?
Was it financial issues at home or something?
Home, and I got a surprise that my lady told me she was pregnant. So.
Gotcha. All right. I get that. Look, my girlfriend's pregnant too, and money's tight, so I get it, but it's not the way you go about it. You don't shit what you eat, you know?
I understand.
So when was the first time that you did this?
Like I told him, I can't put a date on it, but I was somewhere in October.
In October, you start? Okay, so just take me through your process of like how are you doing it?
It was just like a refund. You process a refund, take the money, and put it in the deposit.
Okay. Let's see. What's your first name?
Snyder.
Store. Store was asked questions today about prevention laws. On a special front, I stated I was doing fraudulent returns for at least 32 times.
That was from October until November.
You did about 32 times, you're saying?
That's the estimate that he came up with now.
32 times for a lease totaling of 7,000. I stayed in I walk up to the return and grab the money, put it in a blue pile, walk to this. What is it? Walk to the scheduled pocket?
Walk to the schedule. Like there's a schedule that's on the wall. It's like right by it.
Okay, what's that for?
It's for us to look at. No one comes around it.
Okay. Oh, I see. Walk to the schedule and pocket the money. And I would grab change to walking on. My girlfriend's pregnant. Okay.
So you understand you're gonna be under arrest today, right?
I get you.
Let me see. Everything. We'll take care of that. We'll take care of that when we go back. Can you just stand up for me?
The first and most significant is a defective Miranda warning. Before any custodial interrogation, 4 elements are constitutionally required. The suspect must be told he has the right to remain silent, that anything he says can and will be used against him in court, that he has the right to an attorney present during questioning, and that if he cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for him before any questions begin. This rule comes from the landmark 1966 Supreme Court decision in Miranda versus Arizona, grounded in the Fifth Amendment. The officer in this footage delivered only the first 2 warnings. The attorney warnings were entirely omitted. This is not a technicality. The Supreme Court reaffirmed in 2000 in Dickerson versus United States that Miranda is a constitutional rule, not a policy preference. A competent defense attorney would file a motion to suppress every statement the suspect made after that defective warning, and the motion would have a colorable basis. The second legal issue is why one course of conduct produced 2 separate felony charges rather than 1. Under Florida Statute 812.014, any theft of property valued between $750 and $20,000 is grand theft in the 3rd degree. At roughly $7,000 in aggregate loss, the felony threshold is cleared nearly tenfold. But the prosecution also charged organized scheme to defraud under Florida Statute 817.034, the Florida Communications Fraud Act. That statute requires a systematic, ongoing course of conduct with intent to defraud. 32 fraudulent refunds over 4 months meet that definition precisely. The Florida Supreme Court confirmed in 2006 in Pizzo versus State that grand theft is a lesser included offense of organized fraud. The taking is one crime. The scheme that produces repeated takings is a separate crime. Both may be charged, and both may be sentenced. The third issue is the voluntary admission the suspect made to Publix loss prevention before police arrived. Many viewers assume Miranda applies to that interview. It does not. Miranda governs custodial interrogation by government agents. Private employers conducting internal investigations are not state actors and owe no Miranda warning at all. A pre-police admission to a private employer is fully admissible at trial, independent of anything the officer later did or failed to do. This is why the case against the suspect, as a practical matter, survives the Miranda defect intact.
Just face the wall.
Because you gotta do this whole thing. I don't understand. I already know what's gonna happen. You guys mind just walking me out without the introduction?
How about we go to my car and I'll put the cuffs on you outside?
Yeah, that's.
Sounds good to me.
So far, but
Hey, can you guys get here? Can you guys get here?
Well, come here. All right, let's go back inside for a second. Let's go back inside. Sit down. Okay, you stole $7,000 worth of cash, right? Okay, we're being cool with you. I'm gonna walk you to the car, and then at the car I'm gonna put handcuffs on you.
I got you.
All these other requests is not happening. You're under arrest.
I understand you, I get where you're coming from. It's just that, like, again, peer pressure got into me, and I do it, which is not the right thing. I shouldn't have done it.
Doesn't matter.
Excuses.
Doesn't matter.
I just wanted to, like, you can walk me to the car because, again, those people are like family, and I just don't want them to see me.
No. Listen, you stole $7,000.
I get you.
Okay, I understand that you're under a lot of pressure, but you f***ed up.
I get you.
All these different requests and stuff's not gonna happen.
I understand.
Can I see that, Ben? And don't try to take off because we'll tase you.
I'm not going to take off, dude. Thanks.
Oh, I'm 10-8.
Yeah.
1627. Total 7.
Control with 1161, vehicle 4506, logging on
Go right.
Shopkeeper.
Go in the front. Okay. Put your hands on the hood. Alright. We're gonna. Yeah, you can take it off now.
Can I ask you guys to do it in the front? That's not.
We gotta make
Sir,
I understand. Yeah. You guys do my wallet too?
I'm gonna take care of everything, right? Anything else?
That's it.
You gotta take that belt off. Put your hands behind your back. Oh, make it a little tiny.
Again, I'm sorry. I did what you guys did.
Schneider Gallon was charged with 1 count of felony grand theft.
On the grades, the officer earns a B. Tactical conduct was professional, but the Miranda advisement was legally incomplete. The suspect earns a C. 32 felony acts, partly mitigated by full cooperation after discovery. Publix loss prevention earns an A- for delivering a fully documented, legally sound evidentiary package. One lesson carries beyond this case. Read Miranda from a card. Invoke counsel. Document everything. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would like discussed in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out our channel for even more police interaction and courtroom content.